third artist, Mahalia Jackson, known as the Queen of Gospel, is revered as one of the greatest musical figures in U.S. history. Born on October 26, 1911, in New Orleans, Louisiana, to Charity and Johnny Jackson, Mahalia Jackson became one of gospel music's all-time greats, known for her rich, powerful voice that cultivated a global following. The young Mahalia grew up in a Pitt Street shack and started singing at 4 years old in the Mount Moriah Baptist Church. After moving to Chicago as a teen with the aim of studying nursing, Mahalia Jackson joined the Greater Salem Baptist Church and soon became a member of the Johnson Gospel Singers. She performed with the group for a number of years. Jackson then started working with Thomas A. Dorsey, a gospel composer. The two performed around the U.S., further cultivating an audience for Jackson. While she made some recordings in the 1930s, Mahalia Jackson tasted major success with Move On Up a Little Higher in 1947, which sold millions of copies and became the highest selling gospel single in history. She became more in demand, making radio and television appearances and going on tour, eventually performing in Carnegie Hall on October 4, 1950, to a racially integrated audience. In 1956, Jackson made her debut on The Ed Sullivan Show, and in 1958 appeared at the Newport Jazz Festival in Rhode Island, performing with Duke Ellington and his band. In 1959, Jackson appeared in the film Imitation of Life. By the end of the decade, much of Jackson's work featured crossover production styles. She was an international figure with a performance itinerary that included singing at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration. Jackson was also an active supporter of the civil rights movement. She sang at the March on Washington at the request of her friend, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963. After King's death in 1968, Jackson sang at his funeral and then largely withdrew from public political activities. In 1969, she published her autobiography, Moving On Up. In her later years, Mahalia Jackson had several hospitalizations for severe health problems, giving her final concert in 1971 in Munich, Germany. She died of a heart attack on January 27, 1972. Jackson is remembered and loved for her impassioned delivery, her deep commitment to spirituality, and her lasting inspiration to listeners of all faiths.